Just over 100 days since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, the justices are entering a new term. They're starting off with another controversial decision, the court deciding not to take up two cases involving a ban on bump stocks. Bump stocks allow semi-automatic weapons to fire like machine guns. This new term is a starting point for its first black female justice. Skylar Henry has a breakdown today of the biggest issues they'll tackle this term.
History was made as the Supreme Court's new term got underway this morning. Ketanji Brown Jackson became the first black woman on the bench since its beginning in 1789. Justice Jackson was an active participant in the first arguments, including in a case challenging the EPA's authority to regulate wetlands under the Clean Water Act.
404G is unenlightening as to the meaning of waters in the United
States. All right, well, let me try to bring some enlightenment to it.
Jackson was President Biden's choice to replace Stephen Breyer, who retired in the summer. Her appointment means the court has 4 female justices for the first time in the court's 233-year history.
The question is, how much is she going to change the conversation? It's an old cliche, but the idea is every time there's a new justice, there's a new court.
Many observers believe the Supreme Court's 6-3 conservative supermajority will continue to push the country further to the right, following last summer's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade.
She's going to be writing a lot of dissents for a long time. There's no question about that. There's a 3-person liberal minority on this court. She's one of the 3 liberals.
During this term, the court is going to hear cases involving several hot-button issues, such as voting rights. One case could result in state legislatures being granted near total control over elections, including those for federal offices. Also on the docket is a case revisiting race as a factor in college admissions. Another case involves a Colorado web designer who refuses to build websites for same-sex couples. Both cases could upend decades-old precedents and practices. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Now today, spectators returned to the Supreme Court gallery for the first time in over 2.5 years. A member of the public had been banned since the pandemic started back in March of 2020.